All right, so I've had a few people asking about the War Machine the last little bit, so I thought I would take my time to make a quick tutorial on how to use it. You can see with this one, I have a copper output plate. If you have a stick plate for an output plate, it's going to be a little bit different, but we'll get into that in a second. So one of my favorite witness samples to use for the War Machine are, in general, my favorite witness samples are tarot cards to use. The Tower card, that's a really powerful card to use for a War Machine. I have Despair and Cruelty, Death. I got another Tower card from the Crowley deck, Strife, you know. But let's just focus on the Tower card. So you got to take your target, and this is just for demonstrational purposes. That's why I printed this picture out, because I thought it'd be funny. And no, I'm not gonna fire any shots at this person, you know. But anyway, so it's pretty simple, you know. Put your witness sample face down, put the target face down on the output. And if you notice here, the points of the pentagram are actually the markers for the dials. But we're just gonna dial our rate, and you'll feel a click. And there you're good. So if you notice, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're starting up at the input plate, and we're going down counterclockwise, and we're finishing over by the power switch. And now, if you really wanted to kind of add some potency to this, I have a few videos on the automatic drawing thought form technique. You can do one on the back here, do one on the back of this. And if that's the case, put the thought form facing down on the machine. Now, I like doing this a lot because you have the thought form that's directly on the copper plate, but then you still get to look at the image of the witness sample to kind of help you visualize and everything, right? Now, if you're using a machine that has a stick plate, then we're going to start with the input and the target, the witness sample and the target on the input. And now we're just going to go until we get a stick. Then move the target over to the output and turn it on. This is an old machine. I don't use it. I was actually going through all my machines that I don't use, and I was kind of gutting all the crystals out and the amps out, and I'll probably figure out something to do with them later. So that's basically it. Now, again, like, even if you have a stick plate for an output plate, I still, especially with the War Machine, recommend getting good at getting a stick, dialing a rate without a stick plate. And it's really easy because you'll just kind of feel a click, and after a while it just becomes so automatic. But if you're a little worried about it, you could just use a pendulum. Boom. Okay. Another little tip, and this is one I don't think I've ever talked about. It's just one of those things that it just seems so natural. I just kind of forget to talk about it. Is I like to always dial my rate and go up to the number, right? So I'm always tuning up to the rate. So if I overshoot it, then I'll go back a little flat and then go back up. So I'm always going up to the note, and that's just like a little trick that I guess more like a habit than a trick from being a musician. Now, another way you can kind of beef this up is with some spiritual help, you know. And the cool thing with Radionics, you don't even have to have a sigil. You can literally just use a picture. This is the god of Aries right here. God of War, planet Mars, bada bing, bada boom. And then again, if you really wanted to beef it up, you could do some thought forms on the back, then do it. I have here a sigil of Apotheosis. Now, on Ducius, this is another little kind of like small pro tip. When it comes to when you're dealing with magical attack from like, you know, magicians, witches, any type of spiritual person, I think Ducius is one of the better spirits to employ when you're under spiritual attack from you know, other practitioners, which happens way too much, but it's not a big deal. I mean, people are people, man. What are you gonna do? So again, I like the tower card. You know, put your target, dial your rate, and then let it rip. Super easy, you know. And I highly recommend getting good at dialing a rate without a stick plate. I think it's more accurate when you get good at it. I do like the stick plate on the beefcake though. That has kind of redeemed my faith in stick plates. I like that. I actually get a more accurate stick from the stick plate than I do going without it. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Um, it's kind of rekindled my love for 9 dials too, because I started off liking 9 dials the best, and then it was 7 dials, and then it was 6 dials, and then 5, and then 4. So it was like the better I got, and the more comfortable I got, and the more experience I got, I just started simplifying it. And 4 dials were my favorite for like the longest time. But after the beefcake, I like 9 dials again. It's kind of re-sparked that interest. Anyway, and yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. I wish you all the best on your magical journey. And Shawn Michaels sucks, dude. Team Bret Hart all day. Peace out, guys.